you got a couple of minutes here before we reset for the top of our 5 o'clock broadcast. We were going to take a look at where things stand right now. Show us what the latest is with the hurricane.
It's a strengthening storm. It is a major hurricane now, Category 3. It's starting to go through, I think, possibly an eye wall replacement cycle at this point. Not looking as defined on the satellite with that eye, but it's a more symmetrical storm than it was, indicating that it's a healthier storm and it will continue to get stronger. Winds sustained now at 120 miles per hour. The pressure is dropping. Movement is still north at 12 miles per hour. No change with that movement. If it speeds up a little bit, that could limit how strong it could get, but I don't see that happening. I think it's going to maintain that strength, if not maybe that speed, if not maybe slow down a hair, because this thing is going to be strengthening. 125 mile per hour sustained winds, possibly Wednesday afternoon just offshore of Panama City. So it should be making its way onshore as a strong Category 3 hurricane. So that means parts of our area, as the storm begins to weaken, we could be dealing with Category 2 strength winds here in the Wiregrass, over 111 miles per hour. And as we head into the later evening hours, certainly weakening a little bit more as we head into the Thursday and Friday time frame. It will be exiting us, but we'll be left with a lot of heavy rain. Well, the rain will move in with the storm, but we'll be left with that flooding potential there. We're going to be dealing with upwards of 6 inches of rain or more for some locations. Yeah, and certainly, you know, the gut check for me personally was seeing all of the spaghetti models line up, and they did not change from our path. Yeah, there was a little bit of movement over the weekend to the east, but everything started turning back to the west, and I think the path that we have on there right now is going to come to fruition. All right, we'll get ready for it. Midday or so, and then weakening as it does inch toward the Wiregrass, finally as a Category 1 storm by 8 o'clock Wednesday evening. But until then, likely a Category 3 or Category 2 wind speed with this storm as it is making its way into the southern Wiregrass. So certainly something that we are watching very carefully, and certainly something to be concerned about with this storm. It is a healthy storm. Satellite imagery shows that very well. It is a symmetrical looking storm. That eye is almost in the center of it. Very healthy clouds around it, and that eye is becoming more defined with pretty much every image we do get in from the high resolution satellite as the storm is moving northward, and again basically along Panama City, points around Bay County, give or take a few miles each direction, west or east, is in the bullseye of this storm for making landfall. A little bit closer view there, you can see that eye, which is upwards about 20 miles across, as it is moving northward toward Panama City, and likely taking that trek just to the south of the Wiregrass as it makes its way into southwestern Georgia as a hurricane. Rain is starting to pick up just offshore, inching toward Apalachicola. Heavy rain bands will be setting up as we do head into the overnight hours. For us in the Wiregrass, we'll be looking at the possibility of a few showers, but everything, cloud cover and showers, are already moving from the east to the west because of that circulation just to our south. So how does this play out as far as the exact timing of the more intense winds? Well, here we go on our forecast model. Tomorrow, 10:15, we'll be looking at winds sustained upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour heading toward lunchtime. So going beyond that, the winds will certainly pick up even more so as that center of circulation, still offshore at this point, gets closer right around noontime, and as we head into the early evening hours with that circulation in some of our Georgia counties, possibly passing over parts of Houston County with that eye expanding as it does move northward. We'll be dealing with hurricane force winds at a minimum as we do head into the evening, and then as we do head into the overnight, as the storm lifts to the northeast, we'll start to see our winds weaken, but overnight, check it out, 3:30 in the morning basically, still sustained out of the northwest at nearly 50 miles per hour. That storm, the center, making its way into the Augusta River region, the Savannah River, and points northward. Still sustained winds into the afternoon hours nearing 30 miles per hour. So it is going to be a couple of days after the storm clears out when those winds will really start to settle down a bit. Most of the area is either under a tropical storm warning or hurricane warning for the Wiregrass and Panhandle. Transitioning the western panhandle as far as the latest advisory to a tropical storm warning, and that's because we have a better idea of where that landfall is going to be and where that core of strong wind is going to be moving through the area. So as far as the Alabama counties, Geneva and Houston counties included in that hurricane warning, all of our Georgia counties and all of our coverage area in the Florida panhandle included in that hurricane warning. That means at a minimum you will be dealing with winds in excess of 74 miles per hour. So here is the bottom line of what we can expect. Not much change with this, even though the storm is getting a little bit stronger. We do expect the storm to be a major hurricane, maintaining strength if not getting stronger as it makes landfall tomorrow right around midday, maybe a little after that. Hurricane force winds will be expected for us here in the Wiregrass as we do head into the afternoon hours. Now the best chance for that, the closer you are to that circulation. That's why Geneva and Houston counties are including that warning, and points to the north and points to the west are not included, like Covington County, Dale County, Coffee County is not included in that. Widespread power outages likely. Major damage to structures where those strongest winds are setting up, that's going to be likely as well. Heavy rain and flash flooding likely as well. And as far as that timing, late Wednesday and into early Thursday morning, overnight, that's when conditions will start to improve with that forecast, and also with that heavy rain. We're going to be looking at that flash flood watch staying in place for the entire area. Here's the projections of what we can expect. Several inches of rain, upwards of 6 inches or more, where we have this brighter yellow setting up. That's where we have that better chance of having having rainfall amounts in excess of maybe 8 inches to a foot. By Thursday, this storm is making landfall just to the northwest of Mexico Beach, pretty much in the Tyndall Air Force Base area. This storm, as far as the reading from the Hurricane Center, it is 1 mile per hour shy of being a Category 5 storm right now as it makes landfall. Once the winds really start picking up, we are going to hear the wind howling through our tower. If you've ever been out by our location in Webb, we have about almost 1,000-foot tower next to the building.
And made landfall, say, around Apalachicola, the Appalachia Bay area, all that water.
We made it out. We encountered a lot of debris on the roadways and stuff, and we're not even dealing with the hurricane force wind just yet here in the Wiregrass. It's getting bad now as far as the strongest hurricane force winds coming into the area. We're within shelter of the doorway, but you can probably hear the wind really howling a bit. Wind noise of driving rain as almost sideways now. We're going to see that pick up even more as we do head through the next say hour or so. The recovery effort that's going to begin tomorrow is not going to last just a couple of days. It is going to last likely several weeks, if not months.
Once the sun comes up in the morning, we'll really know the extent of what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, and when that does happen in the hardest hit areas, more outside of Dothan, more to the east and southeast, it is going to be a huge shock for a lot of people. Little by little, things are coming back to life out there, even the traffic lights little by little. If you have any kind of roof issues, if you had some trees down on your property, maybe some roof damage and all that, no concern right now as far as rainfall for us in the forecast, which is very good news. I think as we do head into maybe late Sunday and into Monday, the way things are looking, we could have a few showers roll through the area, but certainly nothing like what we've seen. Well, clearly Hurricane Michael has cleared out of the area, leaving us with fall conditions across the southeast, and that's good news as we head into the weekend for recovery efforts. We'll take a look at the full forecast coming up, but first, WDHN News at 5, the one to watch, starts now. It's amazing what can happen after systems like Michael clear out. We have dry conditions all across the southeast. Action radar all clear. We have a few thin clouds filtering out the sunshine just a bit. High temperatures were just in the upper 70s to lower 80s, but that sunshine did make it feel a little bit warmer out there. So for the next couple of days with similar temperatures in the forecast, certainly try to stay cool as you can and take plenty of breaks if you're working outside over the next several days, and certainly stay hydrated. We're in the 70s now, 50s for the dew point. So that's a good sign that temperatures tonight will again be able to cool off pretty nicely into the 50s. We woke up with 54 degrees for the low temperature here in the Circle City. This evening we'll be in the 60s early on, and then eventually we will be cooling off into the 50s as we do head into the overnight hours. This fall weather sticks around into the weekend. Rain chances don't return to the forecast until next week, with warmer temperatures on the way. With that, we'll take a complete look coming up hour by hour in a few moments.